a blood-soaked skyscraper, a hero cop slain, and a pledge to disband the very unit trained to stop it. Zohran Mamdani's campaign promise was clear: scrap the NYPD's Strategic Response Group. But after Midtown's deadliest day in decades, is the city ready to gamble with emergency response? In the aftermath of July 28th's devastating mass shooting at a Manhattan office building that claimed 4 lives, including an NYPD officer, Democratic mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani finds himself facing renewed scrutiny over a controversial pledge he made just months ago. The shooting has thrust the city's policing policies into sharp focus, particularly regarding specialised units designed to respond to exactly these types of emergencies. In his December pledge, Mamdani stated,
"Today, the NYPD deployed the Strategic Response Group, SRG, to harass and arrest striking Amazon workers. As mayor, I will disband the SRG, which has cost taxpayers millions in lawsuit settlements and brutalized countless New Yorkers exercising their First Amendment rights."
New York Police Department's Strategic Response Group, known as the SRG, is an elite unit that specializes in what the NYPD's official website describes as
Strategic Response Group responds to citywide mobilizations, civil disorders, and major events with highly trained personnel and specialized equipment. They are also deployed to areas requiring an increased police presence due to increased crime or other conditions. With multiple missions that include disorder response, crime suppression, and crowd control, SRG has proven to be a critical asset during events like parades, protests, and the papal visit. SRG also mobilizes for shootings, bank robberies, missing persons, demonstrations, or other significant incidents.
These are precisely the types of emergencies that unfolded Monday when lone gunman Shane Tamura opened fire in the Midtown office building. The timing of this pledge now appears particularly significant given Monday's tragic events. The 27-year-old gunman from Nevada, who had what officials described as a documented mental health history, entered the building at 345 Park Avenue and immediately opened fire on Officer Didarul Islam, who was working a paid security detail. Officer Didarul Islam, a 36-year-old immigrant from Bangladesh and 4-year veteran of the department, became the first victim in what would unfold as a deadly rampage through the Manhattan skyscraper. Islam was working the security detail as a way to earn overtime pay, a common practice among uniformed NYPD officers. NYPD Sergeant Joe Imperatrice, co-founder of Blue Lives Matter NYC, captured the tragic irony of Islam's death.
This officer was just trying to make a couple extra dollars to pay the bills, and he ends up getting killed by a person that was absolutely deranged, which is even more sad because he didn't have to be there.
As Imperatrice noted about Islam's enduring legacy,
Islam's name is going to be put on so many different walls, so he's basically immortal. But the family just gained over 30,000 officers that are going to be their new family, brothers, sisters, aunts, and uncles, and they're going to be by their side, at their beck and call, through their hardest times during the first couple of days and weeks until the end of time.
Islam, a father of 2 with a 3rd child on the way, encountered Tamura in the lobby, where he was immediately shot in what NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch described as cold blood.
He made the ultimate sacrifice, shot in cold blood, wearing a uniform that stood for the promise that he made to this city.
The shooter then continued his rampage, ascending to the building's 33rd floor, where he killed 3 additional victims. Blackstone executive Wesley Lepatna, security guard Alan Detienne, and Julia Hyman, an associate at Rudin Management. Tamura ultimately turned the gun on himself. The motive remains unclear, though reports suggest he had grievances with the NFL, blaming football for chronic traumatic encephalopathy issues. Commissioner Tisch stood alongside Mayor Eric Adams and PBA President Patrick Hendry to honor Islam's sacrifice. Adams ordered all city flags lowered to half-staff, writing,
Officer Didarul Islam died as he lived, a hero and protector of New York City. We will never forget you.
The tragedy has reopened wounds for law enforcement families nationwide, coming just 1 year after NYPD officer Jonathan Diller was killed in the line of duty. Imperatrice emphasized the lasting impact on the police community.
You pray to God. You pray to every star that we are never going to get that phone call. But once again, the sea of blue is going to come out from all across the nation. It's going to send a lightning bolt through everyone's spine, and they will realize how precious life is, but how evil life can be as well.
In response to the shooting, Mamdani expressed his condolences, stating,
I'm heartbroken to learn of the horrific shooting in Midtown, and I am holding the victims, their families, and the NYPD officer in critical condition in my thoughts. Grateful for all of our first responders on the ground.
The juxtaposition of Mamdani's pledge to disband a key emergency response unit with Monday's tragic events raises questions about the role of specialised police units in protecting New Yorkers. The Strategic Response Group, formed in 2015 under then-Commissioner William Bratton, was created specifically to handle large-scale emergencies and active shooter situations. The unit has been deployed in numerous high-profile incidents across the city, including Times Square security operations and crowd control during major events. Psychotherapist Jonathan Alper, author of Therapy Nation, highlighted the complex emotional toll such tragedies take on law enforcement families.
When tragedy strikes, their grief is compounded by the public nature of the loss. They mourn privately while also feeling the weight of their loved one's role as a public servant. This can bring pride and comfort, but it can also create pressure to remain strong and composed when inside they may feel shattered.
Critics of specialised police units argue they contribute to the over-militarisation of law enforcement, while supporters contend they provide essential rapid response capabilities during crises. The debate over their effectiveness and necessity has become a central issue in mayoral campaigns, with candidates forced to balance public safety concerns against calls for police reform.